From the start of 2024, a lot of new sets have been added to the game. Some are insanely powerful, capable of destroying opponents in seconds, while some... But have you guys ever wondered, what are the top 10 most powerful sets in Shadow Fight 3? The ones that can beat any boss easily, regardless of the game mode? Or maybe you don't have much money and want the best set that will help you in the long run? Well, no worries, today we're breaking it all down. The strongest, the deadliest, and the most unstoppable sets in the game. So get ready because this is going to be one intense list. At number 10 we have the Ancient Overlord set, also known as the King of the Legion set. This set was released way before 2024, and to this day it remains a paid set. Now, while it might look powerful, in reality, it's not very useful against OK fighter bosses or raid bosses. The damage this set deals is simply too low, making it completely useless in those fights. If you're thinking about getting it for serious battles, you should definitely stay away from this one. But there is one exception. This set can deal an insane amount of damage in the Himmelstein raid. However, the rewards we get from Himmelstein raids are definitely not worth the amount of void energy and time it takes. And that's exactly why this set comes in at the bottom of the list. At number 9 we have the Widow's Favorite set, which was released in winter 2024. When it first arrived, players considered it a solid set, performing quite well in battles. However, back then we didn't have many OK fighter bosses, so there isn't much data on how it performed against them. Plus, I was on a break from Shadow Fight 3 during that time, so I didn't get to test it myself. But after a certain update, things changed. It's been said that this set took a major hit and became pretty bad. Right now, it performs terribly in raids, but if you max it out, you can still take down a lot of OK bosses. The damage may be low, but with Widow's Favorite level 6, you can keep spamming shadow moves indefinitely even after the nerf. Despite its flaws, it remains one of the 3 sets still keeping the Dynasty faction alive. But the real question is, should you buy it? The answer is no. And why is that? Well, you'll find out later in the video. At number 8, we have the Conqueror of Hearts set, also known as Sir Malord the Ironclad set. This set was released in February 2025, right before Namestealer. Now, to be honest, I personally don't like this set at all. It completely breaks the mechanics of a fighting game. I mean, who uses taunts to fight? Using this set makes me feel like a circus clown. Not only that, but it's really bad against OK bosses. Yeah, it can beat some of them, but only if you have an insane amount of patience and are willing to wait an eternity for the fight to end. However, this set isn't completely useless. While it struggles against OK bosses, it actually performs well in raids. It can defeat all level 5 raid bosses in one round, which is pretty solid. Still, despite its raid potential, this set is definitely not my style. At number 7, we have the Possessed set, released in August 2024. This set can deal insanely high shadow damage in battles, and I've got to say, the design is absolutely fascinating. The old Japanese Ronin theme, the eerie sound effects and shadow form, and the demonic transformation with the crows make it one of the coolest looking sets in the game. But let's be real, you can't win a fight with looks alone. And that's where Possessed completely falls apart. Its biggest flaw is the self-stun ability, which ruins the entire experience. Just one stun can give an OK boss enough time to completely destroy you. And in raids, where every second counts, stunning yourself means you're wasting 10 to 12 seconds. A huge disadvantage. Now, despite that, Possessed can still deal great damage to level 5 raid bosses, but only if you get lucky and avoid too many stuns. As for OK bosses, it can defeat all of them except King of Serpents, Triad, Stranger, and Steel Dog. But even with that, it still takes them down faster than the previous sets in this video. That being said, would I recommend buying it? Absolutely not. The risk simply isn't worth the price tag. At number 6 we have the Chorus of the Void, a set that was released in 2023 and remains a paid set to this day. Compared to all other paid sets, this one stands out as one of the most unique due to its ability to handle 4 different energy types. A level 4 chorus set can take down most OK fighter bosses if you're skilled enough, and it deals a moderate amount of damage in raids. However, at level 6 it becomes far more powerful, allowing you to spam void abilities indefinitely. To be honest, I don't see many flaws in this set. It's nearly perfect the way it is. The 4 different energy types give you an advantage in various situations. Low on health? Use Bloom energy? Want to deal insane damage? Use Shadow or Oblivion energy. Or maybe you'd rather keep your opponent trapped in an endless cycle. Then Void energy is your go-to. Overall, I personally like Chorus of the Void and would definitely recommend everyone to try it out. At number 5, we have 2 sets, Twilight Marksman and Namestealer. Both of these sets are strong in their own way, which is why they share this spot. Let's start with Twilight Marksman, released in October 2024 during Halloween. This is the only set that features a dual combat style, switching between Brawler mode and Marksman mode. In Brawler mode, you fight using the weapon's normal melee attacks, but in Marksman mode, you basically turn into a hitman. At Ruolan level 6, Twilight Marksman performs exceptionally well. If you get lucky with the repeated shots ability, you can take down almost all level 5 raid bosses in just 1 round. However, this only works if the set is at max level. At level 5 or lower, it's pretty bad for raids. Against OK bosses, Marksman can start beating them at level 4, but the fights take forever. Even at level 6, this doesn't change. Despite its flaws, it's a unique and fun set to use. So, should you buy it? If you love playing raids, then absolutely, but if you're focusing on OK bosses, I wouldn't recommend it because the battles take way too long. Now let's talk about the Namestealer set, which was released in March 2025 and is currently the latest set in the game. Since it's new, we don't have much data on its performance against different OK bosses. However, based on its abilities, it should be able to defeat all OK bosses except King of the Serpents, Stranger, and maybe Steel Dog. The Namestealer set has fast ability recharge, letting you trap enemies in an endless cycle of attacks. But despite this advantage, it still takes a lot of time to defeat OK bosses. That said, it's faster than Marksman. In raids, Namestealer deals moderate damage, but if you get lucky with the Time Bomb perk, it can unleash insane amounts of damage. So, should you buy it? Well, I want to say yes, but before giving a final answer, I'd prefer to test it against all OK bosses first. For now, you can think of both sets as the winners of 5th place. At number 4, we once again have 2 sets, King of Serpents and Void Anibot. It might seem odd to place them at the same rank, but given their unique advantages and disadvantages, they balance each other out. Let's start with King of Serpents, the main savior of the Dynasty faction, released in June 2024. Honestly, there isn't much to say about this set. When it comes to defeating OK bosses, this set is literally peak. Just press 2 buttons, and your opponent is gone. That's why I call it a cheat code. King of Serpents can defeat almost every OK boss from level 5, except for itself and Steel Dog. At low levels, you need the Poison Skin perk to beat these bosses. Without it, it's impossible. But at level 6, just 2 buttons are enough. The health regeneration of this set is also insane. However, despite its ridiculous power against OK bosses, it has one huge downside. It is absolutely terrible for raids. And when I say bad, I seriously mean it. Even at level 6, it performs poorly in raids. Should you buy it? Well, yes, you definitely can, but you might want to wait for the Menace of the Swamps event to get the set for free. The only issue, you'll have to wait forever to collect the full set. Now let's talk about Void Anibot, my personal favorite set of all time. It was released in March 2024 during the Big Splash event. Coincidentally, it was also the time I returned to Shadow Fight 3 after a long break. With the exception of Dead Forest Triad, Void Anibot can effortlessly defeat every OK boss. Its shadow abilities recharge extremely fast, allowing for infinite spamming. Also, it doesn't need shadow energy to use shadow moves. However, if your Anibot isn't level 6, then you're basically playing with a double-edged sword. Because if you're not careful, your own singularity will destroy you. Personally, I find this self-destruction mechanic thrilling, but the risk decreases significantly after level 4. While King of Serpents has 0 risk, Void Anibot is way more rewarding. Because unlike most sets that need max level to be at their best, Void Anibot is an absolute beast starting from level 4. The Thousand Eyes aura, which is the main killer for OK bosses, activates at level 4, meaning you don't have to spend extra money to max it out. Additionally, Anibot is the only set in the game that doesn't rely on any perks, making it the most newbie-friendly set. But just like King of Serpents, Void Anibot is bad in raids. Both sets deal about the same amount of damage in raid battles. So, which one should you pick? King of Serpents or Void Anibot? Honestly, you can choose either, and it won't make much of a difference. With Void Anibot, you can dominate OK bosses with zero struggle from level 4. With King of Serpents level 4 or 5, you need to take 2 or 3 hits while having the Poison Skin perk. The only real advantage of King of Serpents is that it's obtainable for free in the Menace of the Swamps event. But currently, Void Anibot isn't obtainable at all. It used to be available in the Control Lost Event side event. But that event hasn't returned for months, so maybe it won't come back anymore. Now we've entered the top 3, and all of these sets are absolutely insane. At number 3 we have the Celestial Konung set, also known as the Pirate King of the Void, released in December 2024. This set is a monster when it comes to fighting OK bosses. Starting from level 4, it can wipe out every single one with ease. You could even call it a mini King of Serpents. For raids, a maxed out Celestial Konung deals an extremely high amount of damage, though it recently got nerfed.
What?
The level 6 special freeze attack can no longer be spammed as much, or so players say. I can't confirm yet since I still don't have it at level 6. But even without max level, this set is incredibly powerful in both raids and against OK bosses. To prove how strong it is, I personally took down the newly patched Steel Dog using a level 5 Celestial Konung, while even some of the most powerful sets, including Max King of Serpents, the cheat code itself struggled. That alone shows why this set rightfully earns its place in the top 3. At number 2 we have the Steel Dog set, released in July 2024. Now this set does exactly what you can call cooking. No matter who the opponent is, a raid boss or an OK boss, Steel Dog is just pure destruction. It can finish all level 5 raid bosses in just 1 round easily. As for level 6 raid fights, Steel Dog rocks there too. Not only that, it can literally beat every single OK boss with ease, but to create this much destruction you need Steel Dog at max level. Also, you need the Price of Victory perk to beat OK bosses with Steel Dog, otherwise you will face a hard time against them, though this is only for OK bosses, not for raid bosses. A level 4 Steel Dog can beat almost all OK bosses, but for raids you will need Max Dog for that. Some time ago, Dog went through a nerf and now the fire energy depletion speed is much faster, but even after that it's perfect. And yes, you can definitely buy this set, I will highly recommend it. And now, after all these powerful sets, it's finally time to introduce the GOAT, the most powerful, the most deadly, and the ultimate nightmare for everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Guardian Dragon set. All right, enough jokes. Let's get serious. It's time to welcome the true legendary set. Dead Forest Triad. To be honest, I don't even know what to say about this set because I've already used all my words hyping up the previous ones. But if I had to describe Triad in one word, it would be abomination. This set isn't just powerful, it's a nightmare. Even more intrusive than the torturous Nightmare set. Every other set had at least a tiny flaw, something that held it back just a bit. But Triad? There is currently no boss in Shadow Fight 3 that this set cannot destroy. From level 4, it's already a menace, but at max level, you don't just play the game. You become the final boss that no one can defeat. And the best part? Unlike other sets, Triad is fully paywalled. It's never been in boards, and Neki has never given out all the parts for free. And honestly, why would they? They know just how overpowered this set is. Until it gets a massive nerf, don't expect to see it in boards anytime soon. But if you're willing to spend money and max it out, well, your Shadow Fight 3 experience is set for life. Well guys, with this, our top 10 list is finally finished. Now, before ending the video, I want to tell you guys something. Making these types of videos takes a lot of time, patience, and preparation. So if you appreciate my work and found this useful, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. It doesn't cost you any money, unlike buying sets. Also, if you watch the video till the end, leave a yellow heart in the comments and let me know. Well then, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.